Welcome, CrossFit Regional Athletes, to Trigger Point Therapy's video for workout number 6. Hey, if you've made it this far, great job. What I'm guessing is your body's pretty beat up after the test that you put it through so far, but if you've actually made it to the cut of workout 6, you're doing good. One thing that we want to concern ourselves with this workout number 6 that has wall balls, toes to bar, muscle ups, farmer's carry, all sorts of good stuff is your forearms. They are probably smoked. So I'm going to show you something cool that's going to use the footballer here, and it's going to help regenerate your grip strength, which you're going to need on those farmer carries and toes to bars and muscle ups. And then we're going to get in, we're going to concern ourselves with wall balls, so we're going to make sure that we're getting good depth and good positioning, so we're going to release the piriformis. You'll need a massage ball for that. And then for the muscle ups and the toes to bar, I'm going to show you guys how to release the pecs and the lats for that, which is going to be good stuff. So Sam J here is going to get positioned with the footballer, and we're going to show you how to go ahead and release the forearms. All right, so what we're going to do, if you're familiar with our programming on coming up on the quads or something like that, it's going to be very similar. So he's going to get set up with his forearm, and we'll do a supinated grip and a pronated grip. He's going to position himself right on top, and what he's going to do is, as he's exhaling, he's going to come up about an inch and back down an inch, or a half an inch. All right, so we're traveling up an inch, down a half an inch. We're going to do that 4 times, and after we've made it 4 times, then we're going to do some cross friction on top of that footballer, and we're going to do some wrist flexion and extension. All right, so there's 4 times traveling, and he's going to put down as much weight as what he can tolerate. 1 cross friction and cross friction again for 2. Good. All right, and then he's going to exhale and do some wrist flexion and extension. Good. 1 more time on that. Good. All right, and then we're going to start traveling again. So you would go up 1 inch, down a half inch. When we do that all the way till we made it up to the top of the elbow, and then we can flip the grip, and we're going to go with the pronated grip. So we're just going to skip ahead and show you what that would look like. So Sam, pardon me for robbing your experience in the whole forearm. All right, so we're going to start with that pronated grip now. Good. All right, still traveling. And if we've got this on an elevated surface, you can move your body around however you want to optimize however much pressure that you can put on top of that footballer. Right, good. So we get through 4 times traveling again. 1 inch, back down half an inch. Cross friction 1, cross friction 2, and then hit some flexion and extension in that wrist while under pressure. Good. And we would continue to do that as we worked our way up all the way to that elbow joint. Okay? Try that out. It's going to make a world of difference. I don't know what's going to save your grip at this point. This definitely is going to make a big difference for you. Now, for those wall balls, we need to make sure that we are going to be able to get down in a good depth in that squat below parallel, get the legs out of the way, get the upper body upright with that weight in front of us on that medicine ball. So what we're going to want to do for that is release the piriformis. So what you're going to need is your TP massage ball. It's going to be placed underneath your hip, right where that piriformis is. Those muscles that affect our external rotation of the knee and sciatic nerve positioned right in that hip pocket spot. And what the programming calls for here is 4 external rotations where the foot follows the knee. So as Sam is exhaling, he's going to draw that knee up into his chest where the foot follows the knee. And again, we don't want the foot dropping down. We want it at the same level. That's going to keep optimal tension on there and coming back out. All right, we do that 3 more times for a total of 4 external rotations. Nice work. Not a race, taking our time on this, good deep breaths. Then he's going to reposition that foot up right here, and we're going to just sort of clamshell that leg out. So as he exhales, bearing that weight down. Good. 2 times, the hip abduction. Got it. And then we're going to get 2 adduction. So what you'll notice as Sam adducts that knee, he's going to shift his weight back onto that ball. Good. Keep an optimal pressure on there. 1 more time on that. After the second adduction, what we're going to do is pop our hips up completely off the ground, and we're going to do 2 pivots. So just pivoting around, hips right on top of the ball, driving in on the piriformis. 2 of those, and that is 1 round. And again, for brevity, we'll just go through 1 round of this, but if you're working this on your own, I would recommend 4 rounds on your own on each side. Good stuff. Go ahead and pop up on your feet, Sam. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at releasing the pec, which is going to be very important, especially on the muscle-ups, wall balls, any sort of pressing motion, or even on the toes to bar as far as loading up using the whole body. So what we're going to do right there, placement-wise, you're going to use the TP massage ball, and you would place it right underneath the palm of your hand, the soft elbow right there. And then for optimal leverage, you can use the ball of block, place on top of that right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Sam go through a progression of that. All right, so he's going to get that massage ball set. It's the ball or block on top right there. Both hands on top, elbows nice and high. What the programming is going to call for here is 2 pivots, very similar to what we just did on the ground with the piriformis. And staying in one local spot, moving both elbows, levering right on top of that ball. It's staying in one spot on the pec, driving right on the specific trigger point we want to get, and then 2 pulls. So he's going to pull the ball and the muscle towards the armpits, and not rolling across a large area. He's just pulling the ball and the muscle against the rib cage towards the armpits. Really releasing. Okay? So that's 1 round. And again, ideally you do 3 more of those, 2 pivots, 2 pulls. And then finally, the last one you're going to want to do for workout 6 is you're going to want to release those lats, especially toes to bars, muscle ups. So come on over here, and what you're going to need, some sort of stationary object. Sam's going to go ahead and get that set up. But the spot we're looking for, the specific trigger point on the lats for the myofascial compression technique of trigger point, is right underneath in the meaty portion of that lat right there. So what you're going to see Sam do is he gets it set up. This block just gives us good separation against whatever wall we would use. The feeder waist was levering in against that. And what the programming calls for is 4 pivots, 2 reaches, 2 pulls. So as Sam's exhaling, he's pivoting out of the hips, driving against that ball right there. We do that 4 times, all right? So notice he's got good extension on the whole length of the lat. This arm is nice overhead, extended. All right, pivot, pivot, pivot. Good, just during the length of the exhale, we reset as we inhale. Good, all right? And then we do 2 reaches. So you're keeping the ball in the same spot as he's exhaling. He's reaching that hand up and over his head, lengthening that muscle, still keeping that massage ball on one spot on the lat. Second reach. Good. And then after 2 of those, he's going to reach up with his opposite hand, grab that wrist, and go through a similar motion, but now he's really pulling with the opposite hand, increase what we're doing even more. Good. So 2 reaches, 2 pulls. Excellent work. All right, take that down. Again, that's 1 round. I'd recommend getting 4 of those per side on your own. If you're brand new to trigger point, maybe just 2. Now, there's so many movements in this workout, we're not going to go through them all. But what I'm going to have Sam do is hop up on the bar, hit a couple toes to bar. We'll watch, see if we can notice anything there, but then we'll get his feedback on how the grip felt on that. All right? Excellent. All right. Sam, how's that grip feel? All right.
Grip feels better on my left. Also feels like I'm still deciding off to this one because this lat's tight and this pack is easier to like push through as far as.
Even on the kip on his toes to bar, very similar to a kipping pull-up coming down here. If we release the pec in the lat, when you come down on that kip at the bottom of the toes to the bar, it's going to make a big difference in how you load up this whole shoulder joint system right here. This is going to save you on holding your body weight on top of the toes to bar, gripping the rings on the muscle ups on this workout, holding the weight on the farmer's carry. You don't want that to be the rate limiting step in this workout. You've made it this far, you still want to give everything you got. So go through these trigger point manipulations, improve your performance, unlock your body, and good luck. As always, go to tptherapy.com for more information. Good luck, and we'll see you at the games.